This call is now being recorded.
Good morning, students. Welcome to my lecture. Today, I am going to discuss about programs on NumPy array, some of the programs related to the array. And today, and next topic is NumPy matrices. Okay, matrix and the operations performed on those matrices. Okay, once again, see today's topic is programs on NumPy arrays and NumPy matrix operations that are performed on this matrix. Okay, now let us see some of the programs related to NumPy arrays. It's very easy. First program, write a Python program to reverse the array. Write a Python program to reverse the array. See, this is an array, right? So what you need to do? You need to reverse the array. You know that. See, to reverse the array, you can use reversed function, or directly you can use like this: array name, open bracket, close bracket. In that you can use C, double colon -1. Okay, array will be reversed. A equal to A of double colon -1. Now array will be reversed, and that array will be that you are assigning to A. Now A contains a reversed array 40, 30, 20, 10. Okay. Once again, see how to reverse the array. It's very simple. Within one statement, it is going to complete. So no need to use while loops, all those things, for loops, and no need to write some set of statements. Just you are writing in C language. It's very easy in Python. In Python, you can easily solve the problems. Now I will execute and I will show you. I am writing the program to reverse the array. First, you need to import NumPy, right? From NumPy package you are importing. Import star space star A equal to array. You are creating array using array object. Array something. I am giving the values. Okay, 40. Now what we need to do? You need to reverse the array. A equal to A of colon -1 colon -1, and now print the array. Print A. See, once again, see here. Original array contains 10, 20, 30, 40. Now you are printing A equal to A of colon -1. That means it will reverse the array and you are assigning it to again to A. So A contains a reversed array 40, 30, 20, 10. I'm executing it. Once again, see the program. See, you got the output, right? Reversed array 40, 30, 20, 10. It's very simple, right? In Python, you can easily solve the problems within less statements. Once again, see the program. How to reverse the array. Next one, write a Python program to change positions of maximum element and minimum element of array. Once again, see the problem statement. What is the problem statement? Write a Python program to change or interchange the positions of maximum element and minimum element of the array. Let us take an array. Index starts on 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, what is the problem statement? First, you need to find maximum element. What is the maximum element here? See here, what is the maximum element? 40, right? 40 is the maximum element. What is the minimum element here? 10.
10.
Now, what? Who is that? Okay. Now, what is the problem statement? You need to interchange the positions. 10 must come to the third index and 40 must come to the 0th index. Once again, see the problem statement. You need to change the positions of maximum element and minimum element. That means you need to interchange both of them. First, you need to find maximum element. Position you need to find. You need to find maximum element position and you need to find minimum element position and you need to find maximum element and you need to find minimum element, and then you need to swap both of them. 10 must come to 40th element position and 40 must come to 10 element position. This is the problem statement. Now let us see how to find it. Okay. Now first you need to find maximum element. How to find maximum element? Just use max function. Max of A is nothing but element 40 will be returned. Max of A means element 40 will be returned. Min of A. Min of A means minimum element 10 will be returned. Now, how to find its positions? Minimum element position and maximum element position. There is a function called argmin. Sorry, argmax. Argmax of A means it is going to return maximum element position. What is the maximum element position? See here, 40 is maximum element, right? What is it index? 3 index. What is it index? 3. 3 will be returned. Argmax of A means 3 will be returned. Now, if you want to find minimum element index, argmin of A. What is the minimum element here? 10, right? Minimum element is 10. What is it index? Index 0, right? Argmin of A means 0 index will be returned. Once again, see, max of A means maximum element will be returned. Min of A means minimum element will be returned. Now, if you want to find positions, just use argmin. Argmin of A means minimum element position index will be returned. Argmax of A means maximum element index will be returned. Now let us see how to do it. You need to exchange 10 to 40 element position and 40 to 10 element position. Let us see it. I'll execute and I will show you. See here. This is the input you are going to give. 10, 20, 30, 40. 0, 1, 2, 3. What is the output you need to get? You need to get an array such a way that minimum element and maximum element must be interchanged. That means 10 should come to 40 element and 40 should go to element 10 element. Okay, minimum element and maximum element positions must be returned. Must be changed. I'm sorry. So 40 comes here, 20, 30, 10. This is the output. Okay, this is the output. See the input and output you have to get in this way. Now let us write the program. It's very easy. Within one statement, you are going to solve it. Now, see. A of, you are going to find argmax of A. See, A of argmax of A, comma, A of argmin of A, min of A. Okay, argmin of A equal to min of A, comma, max of A. Now I will explain it. Just wait, I will explain it. Now see what is going to happen. 10, 20, 30, 40. Index is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now see here, A of arg max of A means what is the maximum element? 40, right? See this 40. Maximum element is 40. Arg max of A means index, okay? That means 3 will be returned. A of 3, comma, A of 3, comma, next A of arg min of A. What is the minimum element? 10, right? Arg min of A, it gives index. What is the index of 10? 0. That means A of 0 equal to min of A. What is min of A? Minimum element 10, comma, max of A, maximum element 40. Now, in third position, you are assigning element 10. And 0th position, you are assigning maximum element 40. That's how here 0th index 40 will be assigned and third index 10 will be assigned. This is the output, right? Maximum element and minimum element positions are interchanged. It's very easy, right? Within one statement, you are going to solve the problem. No need to write some set of instructions and no need to use while loop, for loop, all those things. Is it clear, students? Should I explain it again? Is it okay? Is it clear? Is it clear, students? Have you understood? అర్థమైందండి? See, please respond. మా అర్థమైందా? How to solve this problem? See, if you respond only, I will continue. అర్థమైందా లేదా అండి? Roll number 22. 402. 404.
మ్యామ్
మా అర్థమవుతుందా?
అర్థమవుతుంది మ్యామ్.
Okay, okay. Please respond. Okay, this is how you are going to solve the problem. I hope you understood. Now, next. Write a Python program. To merge two sorted arrays. Two sorted arrays. See, what is the input you are going to give? Two arrays. A, B. A, B. Something like 30, 20, give 10. And something just like 1, 3, 10, 2, 1. Okay. See, these are the arrays. These are the input. Two arrays. Input A contains 30, 20, 10. B contains 2, 3, 10, 1. Now, what is the problem statement? You need to concatenate or merge or combine two sorted arrays. That means you need to sort array A and you need to sort array B and then you need to combine it, merge. So, it is very easy. In NumPy Python, NumPy array. In NumPy array, there is a function, right? Sort of A. Sort of A means elements will be sorted. In array A, elements will be sorted. 10, 20, 30. Next, sort of B. Sort of B means elements B will be sorted. Elements of B. 1, 2, 3, 10. Now, what you need to do? You need to combine A and B. So, the output must be like this. The output is 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 10. First one is array A, next one is array B. You need to combine it. This is the output you need to get. 10, 20, 30 array elements of A and 1, 2, 3, 10 array elements of B. First, you need to sort it and then you need to combine it. So let us see how to combine it. Once again, see. Sort of A, use sort of A, use sort of B. A equal to sort of A, B equal to sort of B. Now AB will be sorted. Now what you need to do? You need to combine. How to combine it? There is a function. Concatenate, okay? Concatenate. Concatenate of A comma B. You need to give as a tuple. You need to give as a tuple, okay? See here. Concatenate. Inside that function, again you need to provide which arrays you need to combine. Those arrays must be provided as a tuple, okay, like this. A comma B, providing this, like that. Okay. It's very easy, right? Merge equal to concatenate. Concatenated array will be returned. Now print merge. Print merge. Merge contains concatenated array. Concatenate, okay, function you need to use to combine two arrays you need to use, or to merge two arrays you need to use concatenate function. Inside that you need to pass the array variables, or you need to pass the array objects in a tuple, just like a tuple, okay, open bracket A comma B close bracket, like that you need to pass. Now this concatenate function will return the concatenated or merged array, okay. Now I will execute and I will show you. $30, 10, something 20 I am giving like this. Array next. B. B equal to 3, 1, something like this I am giving. Now, what you need to do? You need to sort the array. See, within one statement I am giving. See, within one statement, I am not giving A equal to sort of A, B equal to sort of B, and merge equal to concatenate function, like that I am not giving. Within one statement, I am going to do this problem. See, merge equal to merge, okay, merge array name equal to concatenate, concatenate, concatenate. Inside that I am passing sorted arrays, sort of A comma sort of B. Directly I am passing. I am not using A equal to sort of A, B equal to sort of B, and then concatenate A comma B, like that I am not passing. Directly within one statement I am giving sorted arrays. Sorted arrays will be concatenated. See, merge equal to concatenate function. Inside that, inside open bracket and close bracket, I am passing sort of A comma sort of B. Sorted arrays will be merged. Now newly merged array will be stored in merge array. Okay. So print merge. Now see. So 10, 20, 30. See, once again, see. Array A contains 30, 10, 20. I have sorted it, right? Sorted. See here. Sort of A. I have passed sort of A. That means sort of A means 10, 20, 30. You got it, right? 10, 20, 30. Next. Sort of B. See, 3, 1, 2, right? What is B here? 3, 1, 2. Sort of B means 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You got sorted array. Now, this sorted array is been merged. Okay, combined 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. Combined using concatenate function. It's very simple, right? Within one statement, you are going to solve it. Next one. Once again, see the program. Next program. Python program, write a Python program to create an array having only even elements from another array. It's very simple. See, write a Python program to create an array. You need to create an array, okay? That array must contain only even elements. You need to take that even elements from another array. Let us see what is the input you are going to give. Input is like 1, 20, 13, 40. This is the input. Now, what is the output you need to get? You need to get an array which contains only even elements from this array, from input array, okay? See, 1 is not even number, right? 1 is not even number. In that position, put 0. 20 is an even number, right? 20 you need to copy. 13 is not an even number, right? You put 0 in that position. Next, 40 is an even number, right? 40 is an even number. So, copy that 40 into its position. This is what output you need to get. See, you got 0. That means in array A, 0th index position is not an even number. That's why you got 0. Okay. If it is not an even number, put zeros. If it is an even number, just copy element into that position. B. Let us take it is a B. This is the problem statement. You need to copy only even elements. If there are odd elements, you put 0 into that position. Just to copy even elements. Now let us see how to write it. How to write a program. This is the input and this is the output you need to get. Now, see here. See, there is a where function, WHERE, where function. Let us discuss about where function. Syntax of where function. Where condition, comma, expression 1, comma, expression 2. Okay. Now see here, how the execution will take place. Now first condition will be evaluated. If condition is a true, expression 1 will be evaluated. Condition is a true, expression 1 will be evaluated and expression 1 result will be returned. Once again see, where function, condition, comma, expression 1, comma, expression 2. Now first condition will be tested. If condition is true, expression 1 will be evaluated and the result of expression 1 will be returned. If condition is false, then expression 2. If condition is false, then expression 2 will be evaluated and expression 2 result will be returned. This is how where function will be working. Condition true means expression 1 will be evaluated and expression 1 will be returned. Condition false means expression 2 will be evaluated and result of expression 2 will be returned. Now let us see with an example. One, 20, 13, 40. Index 0, 1, 2, 3. This is A. Now see here. Where, use where condition, where function. Now see, what is the problem statement? You need to find out whether the element is even or not. You know that if a number is divided by 2, if it gets a remainder, then that number is an even number, right? See, whatever the number is, if you are dividing that number by 2, if you got remainder as 0, then that number is even number. Now, how to find remainder? There is a modulus symbol, okay? It will find remainder. Now, see here, condition, okay? See, A modulo sorry, a modulo 2 equal to 0. 0 means you need to return that element, or otherwise you need to return 0. Okay, once again see, this is a condition. This is a condition. See, A is an array, right? Is an array object which contains element 1, 20, 13, 40. Here, directly what you are doing A percentile 2. That means here what is happening means for each and every element is divided by 2 and remainder it will find remainder. Okay, A percentile 2 means first what will happen, 1 percentile 2. See, 1 divided by 2, if you are dividing 1 by 2, if you are getting remainder 0 means that element will be returned. First 1 will be returned. Okay, see, 1 percentile 2 equal to 0. It is a false, right? See, what is happening? First element will be divided by 2 and remainder will be find out. Okay, 1 percentile 2, that means remainder. When you divide 1 by 2, remainder is not 0, right? It is false. This is false. That means when this condition is false, 0 will be returned. 0 will be returned. Next. Next element, what is the next element? 20. A percentile 2 means each and every element it is going to test. 20 percentile 2 equal to 0. Yes, true. When you divide 20 by 2, you will get remainder 0, right? Percentile means modulo. It is going to find remainder. Yes, this condition is true. When this condition is true, expression 1 will be evaluated. That means 20 will be returned. A means 20 is going to return. Next. See, each and every element here it is going to test. A percentile 2 means each and every element it is going to test. Next, 13 percentile 2. When you divide 13 by 2, remainder you are not getting 0, right? It is false. Condition is false. You won't get remainder 0. When it is false, expression 2 will be evaluated. That means 0 will be returned. 0 will be returned. Now, what is the next element? 40, right? Each and every element will be tested. A percentile 2 means each and every element will be tested. A modulo 2 is equal to 0 or not. When you divide 40 by 2, you will get remainder 0, right? 0 equal to 0. Yes, this is true. When this condition is true, expression 1 will be evaluated. Return A means 40 will be returned. Return A means 40 will be returned. So in this way, you will get an array like this: 0, 20, 0, sorry, not comma, 0, 20, 0, 40. At the position of 1, 0, you will get 0 because it is not an even number. If it is not an even number, here what you have to see is 0. Okay, see here. You provided 0. That means 0 will be returned in that position. Okay. I will execute and I will show you at that time you can understand. See here, I will write the program and I will execute and I will show you. 30 something give 1, 20, 13, 40. 40. Here even elements are 20 and 40. Remaining elements are odd numbers, right? So in that position you need to put 0. 0, 20, 0, 40. This is the output you need to get. Now see here, just use where clause. Even equal to where function inside that a percentile 2 modulo 2. Okay, a modulo 2 equal to 0 means return a or otherwise return 0. Now print a. Sorry, print even. Print even. So here even is an object which contains only even number elements. Okay. Where function will return, so that use some variable to hold those objects. Now see here. Once again see. See, you got 0, 20, 0, 40. At odd numbers, it has returned 0. If even numbers are there, just it is copied. Okay, this is the output. Is it clear, students? Did you understand the where function? Is it clear? The topic is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's very easy. Within one statement, you are going to solve the problem. Okay, next. Next programs. Please practice all these programs. Next program. Write a Python program. Python program to test whether each element of 1D array is also present in second array. This is the problem statement. Write a Python program to test whether each and every element of an array is also present in second array. What is the input? Let us take two arrays like this. 10, 20, something like this. Let us take B. Once again, see the problem statement. I am going to erase it. To test whether each and every element of an array is also present in second array or not. See. Array A. This is the input you are going to give. 10, 20, 30, 40. Array B. Something like 3, 20, 30, 40. Okay, here you are going to check whether each and every element are present in, see, A contains 10, 20, 30, 40, B contains 3, 20, 30, 40. Here you need to check each and every element, individual element, whether it is present in another array, B, in B array or not. See here, test whether 10 is present in B array. No. If it is not present, false. False. Okay, see here. Array A, 0th index element is 10. Check whether it is 10 is present in array B or not. No, it is not present in 0th index. Next element. Check whether 20 is present in object, in array B in that position only. Okay, see the index. Index are 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. According to the indexes only, okay na? See. Next. Yes, it is true, right? 20 is present in another array in that position only, in first position only. So, true. Next. Again, check whether next position. Go to next position, second position. Check whether element 30 is present in B or not. Yes, it is present. In second position only, not in entire array. In second position only, yes, it is present. So, true. Next, go to the next position, 40, right? Third position. Check whether element 40 is present in B array in that position only, in third position only. Yes, it is present. So, true. Now, this is the array. This is the output you need to get. See, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0th position, you got false means both are not equal. In first position, you got true means both are equal. Second position, you got true means both are equal. Like that, this is the output you need to get. Once again, see. Index wise, position wise, you are going to check whether the element is present or not in another array. If it is present, you will get true. If it is not present, you will get false. Like this array, you will get. This is the output. Now, I will execute and I will show you at that time. You can understand well. Let us take 10, 20, 30, 40. The next array, B array, right? Okay, B equal to array of 1, 20, 30, 40. Okay. Now see here. Now what you need to do, whether you need to check whether the elements of one array A are present in array B or not. To do it, there is a function. Let us see. Print in 1D of A comma B. See the function in 1D. Okay. See. In 1D, you are going to pass the arrays A comma B. Now what you will get? I will execute and I will show you. See the function whether it is present or not in 1D function. See what the output you got? False. That means 0th element. Both are not equal. Next you got true. That means first index element both are equal. Next you got again true. That means second index element both are equal. Next third you got true means third element position both are equal. This is the output you are going to get. To find it, you need to use in 1D function. In 1D, you need to pass the arrays. Is it clear, students? Did you understand? Is it okay? Shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next. So arrays are completed. Next one, matrices. How to create a matrix and how to do some of the operations on this matrix. Let us see it. Matrices, NumPy matrices. So to create an NumPy array, you are going to use array, right? Array function, array object. In the same way, if you want to create matrix, you need to use matrix function. Okay. Once again, see. If you want to create NumPy array, you need to use array function, array object. In the same way, if you want to create matrices, you need to use matrix object. How to do it? Let us see how to create. A equal to, see, this is a matrix. See, I want to create the matrix like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a matrix. Matrix A. Now, to create this matrix, A equal to matrix of, give string, double quotes or single quotes. See here, I am giving double quotes or single quote. Just like a string, I am giving double quotes or single quotes use. And what is the row element? 1, 2, 3, right? 1 space, 2 space, 3 semicolon. Next, what are the next row elements? 4, 5, 6. 4 space, 5 space, 6 semicolon. Next, 7, 8, 9, right? 7 space, 8 space, 9. Close the, single quotes. Close the function. This is how you are going to create. This is first row element, second row element, third row element must be separated by colons. Okay. First, you need to write first row elements by spaces. 1 space, 2 space, 3 semicolon next row elements. And next row elements. Now close the single quotes or double quotes. You can use single quotes or double quotes. Okay. Once again, see. A equal to matrix of single quotes or double quotes, 1 space 2 space 3 colon 4 space 5 space 6 colon 7 space 8 space 9 quotations close. Now A contains like this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. In this way you are going to create a matrix. It's very easy, right? No need to use for loops, all those things, just like the C language. It is very easy to create matrix in Python, and it is also very easy to perform some of the operations on matrices using in Python. Now, see another way. There is another way to create this very easiest way. Okay, this is very easiest way. There is another way to create matrices. Let us see that another way also. Another way is, see, row elements just use like a list 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma next row elements 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma next row elements 7, comma 8, comma 9. Next again close the braces like this, square bracket. Now use A equal to matrix of like this. Okay. First row elements must be specified in square brackets separated by commas, and next row elements must be specified in square brackets separated by commas, and then again you need to close the square brackets, and then you need to provide in matrix. Okay. First one is very easy, right? First one creating is easy, right? Is just like giving like a string. Two ways, you can use two ways, any of the way, this or this. Now, see here once again, if you want to create like this, something like this array, okay, let us see how to create this matrix. How to create matrix 10, 20, 30, 40. A equal to matrix, just use single quotes or double quotes, row elements 10 space 20 colon next row element 30 space 40 close braces, close it. Okay, matrix will be created. Now let us see what are the operations you can perform. Operations on matrices. Addition operation. Addition. Now A equal to matrix of, okay, once again. Okay, see here. A contains 1, 2, 3, 4. B contains something like 1, 6, 5, something like this. This is a matrix and this is a B matrix. Now you need to add these two matrices. Okay, to add these two matrices is very easy. It's very simple. Just use A plus B. In Python, no need to write some set of statements to perform operations on matrices. It's very simple. Just use plus symbol A plus B. You will get the output like this. 1 plus 1, 2, right? Next 2 plus 6, 8. 3 plus 5, 8. 4 plus 2, 6. This is the output you are going to get. It's very simple. Just use plus symbol A plus B. Okay, each and every element will be added from array A and from array B. Each and every element will be added and you will get the output resultant array. A plus B means you will get a resultant array. I will execute and I will show you. It's very simple. So you need to import NumPy, okay? 1 second. Okay, see here, A equal to matrix. See, I'm using first method. I'm passing like a string. Single quotes or double quotes. 1 space, 2 space, 3 semicolon. Something like, okay, 3, 4 space, 5 space, 6 semicolon, 7 space, 8, 9. Okay. So this is the matrix. 1 space. If you are passing like a string, give spaces. Now next matrix. Something give like 10. Some 2, 39. Something like this I'm giving. Okay. Now see, C equal to A plus B. Now C contains a resultant matrix, added matrix. Each and every element get added and that will be written print C. Print C. I am printing C. Now see here, I am executing it. See the output, arrays of arrays. This is the output you are going to get. Okay, this is very simple, A plus B. Each and every element will get added and resultant array will be stored in C. C equal to A plus B, print C. Now, if you want to subtract A minus B, I'm going to execute it. See the output. See, you got the output, right? A plus B means you are going to add each and every element. A minus B means subtraction. Next, multiplication. A into B. Let us see. A into B. See, you got the output, right? Multiplication. A into B. Multiplication. It's very easy, right? Now, next. See, using functions, see, add of A comma B. Add of A comma B. Okay. Add function. Okay. You are using add function. Add of A comma B. What this function will do? It will add just like A plus B. Okay. I'll execute and I will show you. See the output. You got the output, right? Just use add. C equal to add of A comma B. This function will add each and every element. Next one, subtract. See, you got right. You can use A minus B or subtract function. Inside that function, you can pass A comma B. You can use A plus B or you can use add of A comma B. Add function. Like that, multiply. Multiply function. See, got. See the difference. There is a small difference between multiply function and 1 second. See, A into B and multiply. There is a difference. See, multiply of A comma B. You won't get same answer. See, A into B means you are going to multiply two matrices just like mathematics. In mathematics, how you are going to multiply two matrices? That result you will get. A into B means multiply of A comma B means here, see, here what is happening, for example, like this, it is there. 2, 3, 4, something like this. See, 1 second. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4 into something like this, it is there. A, B, something like 3, 4, 6, 7, like this it is there. See, multiply of A comma B means it is going to multiply each and every element like this. 1 into 3 and 2 into 4 and 3 into 6, like this each and every element it is going to multiply. This is not similar to matrix multiplication in mathematics. Okay, in mathematics, how you are going to do? See, like this, right? One second. See, in mathematics, you are going to multiply like this, row and column, right? Row, column. In this way, you are going to multiply, right? So, A into B means, just like in mathematics, how you are going to multiply two matrices, that result you will get. Multiply function of A comma B means it is going to multiply each and every element, not like multiplication in mathematics. It is not going to do multiplication in mathematics. Okay, it is going to multiply each and every element. 1 into 3, 2 into 4, 3 into 6, 4 into 7, like that. Just understand the difference. Now, is there any function to multiply just like in mathematics? Yes, there is a function like dot. No need to use multiply. Use dot. Dot of A comma B. It is similar to A into B. I'll execute and I'll show you. See, you got the output. See, dot function is similar to A into B. What it does, it will multiply two matrices as if you are doing in mathematics. Okay, these are the operations you can perform on matrices. It's very easy, right? No need to use for loop or while loop, all those things and set of statements. Just within one statement, you are going to solve this problem. I hope it is clear. Now, let us see how to find sum. Next, see here. Sum. Let us see sum function. Sum. Now there is a matrix like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a matrix. Okay. Now sum of A. Sum of A means it is going to add each and every element. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. You will get the result. Okay. Sum of A. There is a sum function. Sum of A means each and every element it is going to add. Now, if you want to add only row elements, only column elements means there is syntax. See here. See, remember sum of A means it is going to add each and every element. Now, here axis, there is an axis. See, row axis. Axis. For row, axis is 1. For column, remember axis. This represents a row. 1 represents row. Axis 0 means it represents column. Okay. In matrices, there is a concept called axis. 1 means it is a row. Axis 1 means it is a row. 0 means it is column. Now, let us see here. You want to add only row elements. If you want to add only row elements, sum of A comma. Now, what is a row axis? Row axis is 1. Provide 1. This is a row axis. Axis is nothing but you are provided 1. That means 1 means row. Okay, axis is row. That means row elements will be added. 1 plus 2, you will get 3. 3 plus 4, you will get 7. If you want to add column wise, you want result column wise like this. 1 plus 3, 4. 2 plus 4, 6. If you want to get like this, you need to provide axis. What is the column axis? 0. Okay. Provide sum of A comma 0. Zero means here axis is 0 means column. It represents column. You are going to add column wise. Okay. Now I will execute and I will show you. I'm providing 1, 2, 3, 4. comma, print total sum, comma, I am giving sum of A. So sum of A will be printed. Next, row sum. I'm going to print a total row sum. Row sum. How to do it? Sum of A comma 1. Axis, you need to provide axis. 1 means a row axis. It will, next one. Next, total column sum. Sum of A comma 0 axis. If you are providing axis 0 means it is column sum. Now I am going to execute it. See, total sum. This is a matrix, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. What is that? Answer is 10. Next, row wise it is going to add. Sum of, see, total row sum will be displayed onto the screen, comma, sum of A comma 1. That means row wise it is going to add. You will get like this. Next, column wise it is going to add. Sum of, see here, sum of, see, total column sum will be displayed onto the screen as it is, comma, you have given sum of A comma 0. That means 0 means column. Okay, column will be added. Column elements will be added. This is the output you are going to get. Next function. I hope it is clear. Once again, see the program. It's very simple, right? Next. SQRT, square root. Next function is SQRT. What this function will do? It will find square root of each and every element. Okay, each and every element square root it will find. For example, 4, 16, 9, 25. If you have given elements like this, SQRT, sorry. SQRT of A. What's the output you will get? Square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 16, 4. Square root of 9, 3. Square root of 25, 5. This is the output you are going to get. SQRT function will find square root of each and every element of the matrix. This is how you are going to get. It's very easy, right? Next. Next one is sort. Sort function. This is the element 3, 1, 30, something. Give like this. Okay, time is up 12:28. Okay. In the next class, I will discuss remaining functions. There are many functions. Okay, it's very easy to do operations on matrices, NumPy matrices. Okay, next class I will discuss in next class. Time is up. Thank you. The 12:20 to 1:10, right? Okay, okay. Sorry, I will continue. The coding lab, right? 7:30 to 1:10. Okay, 1:10. It is class is up to 1:10. Okay, I will continue. Sorry, I thought up to 12:20. Okay, I will continue. Okay, let us continue. Next function is sort, right? Sort function. Sort function, it is going to sort the each and every element. Here you need to provide axis, right? For example, take an array like this. 2, 1, 4, 3, something like this. Now, sort of a comma 1. A comma 1, here you are providing axis. Axis 1 means row. Row elements will be sorted. Okay. What is the output you will get? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Row elements will be sorted. First, this row will be sorted. Arranged in ascending order. Next, this row will be sorted. This is what you are going to get. It's very easy. Just use sort function. Pass array axis. Axis 1 means row elements will be sorted. Now, if you want to sort column, just pass the axis. Zero. Zero means column axis. Now column will be sorted. Okay, already it is in sorted order. Column will be sorted. Already it is sorted order, right? Arranging the elements in ascending order. Okay. Axis here, axis 1 means a row. Axis 0 means column. Okay, you need to provide matrix name comma axis. It's very simple, right? I will execute and I will show you. Okay, I will take attendance. Just wait. Please wait for 2 minutes. I'm taking attendance. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll execute and I'll show you. Two comma 1, 4 comma 3. Okay, sorted array. Print sort of a comma and providing axis 1 means row wise it is going to sort. Let us see it. Actually, what is the matrix? 2, 1, 4, 3. Once again, see. Matrix is 2, 1, 4, 3. Now, what is the output you are getting? Sorted array. Let us see it. Okay, I had to execute it, right? Okay, see. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the sort? What is the array? Original array 2, 1, 4, 3. What you got? Sorted array 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is how you are going to sort. Row wise, column wise. Next. Now, see here. Next one, sorted, completed, right? Next. Transpose. Now, if you want to find transpose of a matrix, transpose is nothing but, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. A transpose means rows will be, rows and columns will be exchanged. Okay, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you are going to get. Once again, see what is the transpose. Now, how to find this transpose matrix? In Python, let us see it. It's very simple in Python. There is a function called a transpose. You need to pass, no, there is no argument to pass. Once again, transpose. Here, array A is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you need to find this A transpose. A dot transpose. Okay. Don't pass transpose of A. A dot, you need to use a dot. A dot transpose function, that's all. Something like T equal to A dot transpose. Transpose matrix will be assigned to T. Okay. Now T contains 1, 2, 3, 4. Just interchange of rows and columns. Transpose is nothing but interchange of rows and columns of original matrix. A dot transpose. It's very simple, right? Or you can use A dot capital T. A dot capital T. T equal to small t equal to A dot capital T. Okay. I will execute and I will show you. Remember, don't pass like transpose of A. Don't pass like that. This is something dot operator you need to use. A dot transpose. Okay, variable name dot transpose. Now array A will be transposed. I'll execute and I will show you. Uh, 2, 1, 4, 3, right? See here, I have given 2, 1, 4, 3. Now transpose of matrix means you need to get 2, 4, 1, 3, right? 2, 4, 1, 3. This is the output. Let us see what is the output. We will get 2, 4, 1, 3. We should get 2, 4, 1, 3. Let us see. Print A dot T. I'm using A dot capital T. Capital T. Okay. See, it's very simple. I'm printing. Just use A dot transpose function or use A dot capital T. It is going to transpose. See, 2, 4, 1, 3. You got it right? 2, 4, 1, 3. Okay, A dot capital T. It is going to transpose the matrix A or A dot transpose. It's very easy, simple, right? No need to use for loops, all those things. Just within one statement, it is completed in Python. Now, transpose is completed. Next. Now, if you want to find diagonal elements, what is the output you need to get? 1, 4, like an array, okay? If you want to find diagonal elements, just use a diagonal function, A dot diagonal. That's all. A dot diagonal. Sorry, not A dot diagonal. I'm sorry. Sorry. Diagonal of A. I'm sorry. Diagonal of A. You need to pass the argument here. Remember, for transpose only A dot transpose. Okay. For transpose only A dot transpose or A dot capital T. For remaining all functions, pass array name. Diagonal of A. Sort of A. Sum of A. Add of A comma B. Like that. For transpose only A dot transpose. Remember. Now, diagonal of A, it will find out only diagonal elements and it will return as an array. Remember that. See, it will find out diagonal elements. What are the diagonal elements? 1, 4. It will return these 1, 4 as an array. New array. I will execute and I will show you. One, 2, I will give 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diagonal elements are 1, 4, right? You need to get answer 1, 4. Okay. Diagonal of A. Print diagonal. Diagonal of A. You have to get 1, 4 as an array. Okay, see here. As a list, it is as an array. It is new array. It is giving 1, 4 diagonal elements. Print diagonal of A. Next, If you want to find maximum element and minimum element, to find it, see. One, two, three, four. Now, what is the maximum element in this matrix? 4, right? So, to find maximum element, use max function, a dot max. It will return 4. Okay. A dot, remember for transpose, a dot transpose. For finding minimum and maximum, a dot maximum, a dot min. For remaining everything, diagonal you need to pass, diagonal of a, sort of a, sum of a, like that. For transpose and for this, a dot max. That means maximum element in the array it will give. A dot min. What is the minimum element in the array? 4. It will return, 1. It will return 1. It's very simple. Within one statement, you are going to solve the problem in Python. I hope it is clear. Next one. Let us see next function. Next one. Next, okay, next one. Let us see here. Attribute shape. I'm talking about attribute shape. Now, what it does? Let us see. Now, this shape attribute gives number of rows and number of columns. A dot shape. See, n comma m equal to a dot shape. What it gives? It gives number of rows. So how many number of rows are there? 2. 2. How many number of columns are there? 2 columns. Okay, as a tuple, it will provide as a tuple. Now 2 will be stored in 1 second. How many number of rows are there? 2 rows. How many number of columns are there? 2 columns. Now, if you want to find number of rows and number of columns, just use attribute called shape. A dot shape. Here n comma m equal to a dot shape. Now, what this a dot shape will return? It will return number of rows. 2 comma 2 as a tuple. Now, this 2 will be stored in n. Here, just you are providing some variables. Next column will be stored in m. Okay, n contains 2 number of rows, m contains 2 number of columns. Once again, see another example. Okay, take this example. How many rows are there? 2 rows. How many columns are there? 3 columns. So, a dot shape, it will return as a tuple. Okay, it will return as a tuple 2 comma 3. Now, 2 will be stored in n and 3 will be stored in m. N contains 2, m contains 3, number of rows and number of columns. So, shape attribute gives number of rows and number of columns as a tuple. I'll execute and I'll show you. Now let us find 1, 2, 3. I'll give 3. Next 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let us see a dot shape. Directly I am providing, right? In print directly I am providing a dot shape. A dot shape. It is going to display number of rows and number of columns as a tuple. Just directly in print I am providing. See here. See, as a tuple it has provided. Okay, what is the input I have given? I have given like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this I have given. How many number of rows are there? 2 rows. How many number of columns are there? 3 columns. That's what it has written. 2 comma 3. This is the output. I hope it is clear. Next one. Next one is reshape. Now next one, reshape function. See, I request all the students to practice. Please practice all those things. You can see in net. You can use W3 schools. Okay, in W3 schools, www.w3schools.com. You can just learn Python there. It's very easy. And also I have provided notes also. Notes and my PPTs and the programs you need to do. All those things already I have mailed you. Okay, just refer that. Refer the notes. Already I have mailed you. It contains completely all the topics. It has all the topics. Okay, just go through the notes. It's very easy. See, this coding classes will be helpful for you in the point of interview point. In the view of interview, it will be very helpful for you. So I request all the students to please practice it. Next one, reshape. See, there are some free online courses also, right? InfyTQ, just please register in InfyTQ and just do online certification course, Python. There are 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. It will be very helpful for you. By the end of the semester, please make sure that you have certified in Python. Online courses, you got certification, okay? Not only InfyTQ, any of the online free courses, just to do certification. Python, I'm talking about Python. It's very helpful for you. Please do Python certification. Online course. InfyTQ online course. I request all the students to register in InfyTQ and do this online certification, Python online certification. There are 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Please do it. Next one. Reshape. What this reshape will do? Let us see. It is used to change shape of the array. Shape means dimensions. Okay, let us see how to do it. For example, this is an array. 10, 20, 30, 40. This is an array, one dimensional array. Okay, I'm not talking about matrices. This is an array, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, A dot shape, what it gives? Let us see what it gives. One dimensional array, A dot shape. I'll execute and I'll show you. Array. I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an array, okay, one dimensional array. Now A dot shape. What is the output we are getting? See, let us see. 6. See, number of elements, right? How many number of elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in one dimensional array, you will get like this, 6 comma. Okay. Now reshape. What reshape does? Now say reshape. Now, if you want to reshape this one-dimensional array into 2D array, two-dimensional array means matrices like this, 10, 20, 30, 40. If you want to convert this one-dimensional array into two-dimensional array into matrix like this, 10, 20, 30, 40 is one-dimensional array. With these elements only, if you want to convert this into matrix, how to do it like this? A dot shape, reshape, I'm sorry, A dot reshape. A dot reshape of 2, 2. Okay. See, there must be 2 rows and 2 columns, right? See, how many elements are there? 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 20, 30, 40. You want to convert this into 2D matrix like 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, how many rows are there? 2 rows, 2 columns, right? So just to provide how many rows? Reshape. How many columns? Okay. Now, B equal to A dot reshape. Now, this A, you have passed A. Okay, sorry. A dot, right? So, this array will be reshaped into two-dimensional array having 2 rows and 2 columns. Now, B contains 10, 20, 30, 40. You are going to convert one-dimensional array into two-dimensional array matrix using a reshape. For reshape, you need to provide number of rows and number of columns. A dot reshape. This array, A array will be converted into 2 rows, 2 columns. Let us see it. A dot reshape of, see, directly I'm using in print, okay. Reshape of 2, okay, 3, no, 2, 3. See, what is the input I have given? This is the array, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now see here, in reshape, I have given 2, 3. That means 2 rows, 3 columns. Okay, 2 rows, 3 columns. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how you are going to 2 by 3, 2 rows, 2 columns. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what output you will get. Let us see what is the output we are getting. Yes, you got the 2D array, right? See here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 1D array. You have converted using a reshape. You are reshaping it. You need to pass how many number of rows and how many columns you need to do it by dot operator. Variable name dot operator. Is it clear, students? Did you understand? Is it clear? మా అర్థమైందండి ఇప్పుడు దాకా చెప్పింది?
Yes, ma'am.
Please respond. Okay. Okay, up to I will revise it. I'm not going to explain. It's completed. I'm going to revise. See here. Up to now, what we have seen? Array programs, right? Please practice all these programs. Array programs, NumPy array. Okay, NumPy array programs, reversing the array. See, if you practice only, you can remember. Otherwise, you can't remember. Please practice. These programs, these are very easy. Okay, reversing the array and then interchange positions of max and min element of array. This is what we have discussed, right? How to reverse the array, how to interchange the positions of maximum and minimum element of the array. Next, merge two sorted arrays. Okay, to reverse array, just use variable name colon -1. Array will be reversed. Variable name, open square bracket, close square bracket, colon -1. It's very simple, right? Next, interchanging positions of maximum and minimum element. I'm talking about arrays. So if you want to find minimum element, min of A. If you want to find maximum element, max of A. If you want to find positions, argmin of A. If you want to find position, argmax of A, index will be written. Now you can interchange. Next, you need to combine two sorted array. So to sort the array, sort of A. Okay, sort of B. Okay. Now, if you want to merge, just use concatenate. Okay. Concatenate of you need to pass as a tuple. Sort of, one second. Sort of A, comma, sort of B. Remember, I'm sorry, like this you need to do it. One second. See, think A is sorted array, B is sorted array. Concatenate of A, comma, B. Like this you need to pass. Now, concatenate function will combine the arrays. Next one, what we have discussed, where function, right? Where function we have discussed. Where condition, comma, expression 1, comma, expression 2. If this condition is true, expression 1 will be executed and this will be returned. If this condition is false, expression 2 will be executed. Expression 2 result will be returned. Next, what we have discussed, if you want to check whether, next what we have discussed, this one, see here. This is A and this is B. 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 20, 30, 40. Now, if you want to check whether 10 is present in B, in that position only. Next element 20 is present in B, in that position only. And 30 is present in B, in that position only. If you want to find out, just use in 1D, pass A, comma B. Okay. In 1D, pass A, comma B. What you will get? The result, like this you will get result. An array you will get array. See, 10 and 1. Okay, 10 is not present, right? Both are not equal. False. You will get false. Comma. 20, 20. Yes, present. True. Comma. You won't get comma. Like this. Like this you will get. Next, 30, 30. True. 40, 40. True. Like this you will get. Okay. An array you will get. Boolean array. This is what we have discussed, an array. And matrices we have discussed how to create a matrix, right? I'm recapping. Okay, class is completed and just recapping what I have said. Matrix. If you want to create matrix, you need to use matrix. Matrix object. A equal to matrix. Matrix. Here you can pass like a string. Okay, single quotes or double quotes. 1 space, 2 space, 3 colon, semicolon, 4 space, 5 space, 6, quotations close, and brackets close. Here it is going to create a matrix like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now next one, matrix operations. Operations. A plus B, addition, right? A is a matrix, B is a matrix. A minus B, subtraction, right? Next, A into B, multiplication, right? Now, there is a function, add function also. You can provide A, add of A comma B, subtract of A comma B, dot operation of A comma B. Anything you can use, either function or operators. It's very simple, right? Next, Next, sqrt function. Sqrt function, what it will do, it will find square root of each and every element of the array, sorry, matrix. Next, sum of A. Okay, A is a matrix. Okay, this is a matrix. It will find sum of all the elements. Sum of A means it will find all the elements. Sorry, it will find sum of all the elements in the matrix. Now, if you want to sum only row elements, you need to provide axis. A comma 1, that means row elements will be added. Okay, you will get result row elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now row elements will be added. 1 plus 2, you will get 3. 3 plus 4, you will get 7. Okay, like that you will get. Next, if you want to get column wise sum, okay, you need to use axis 0. Column wise sum. Column sum 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What's the output you will get? Column wise sum means column wise 1 plus 3, 4. 2 plus 4, 6. This is how you will get. Next, sort. Sort of A comma 0. That means 0 means row wise elements will be sorted. Sort of A comma 1. A is nothing but matrix. Okay. Matrix. Sorry. I'm sorry. 0 means column, right? 1 means row. Okay. Axis you are providing 1 means row wise elements will be sorted. If axis you are providing 0 means column wise the elements will be sorted. Sorting means arranging the elements in ascending order. This is what we have discussed up to now. Next one, transpose, diagonal. Okay, diagonal. Diagonal of A. Diagonal of A. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what is the diagonal here? 1, 4. Diagonal of A, it will return the diagonal as a array 1, 4. This is the output you are going to get. Diagonal elements. It is going to find the diagonal elements. Next, transpose. Transpose. Interchanging rows and columns. Okay, just use A dot variable name dot transpose function, or you can use A dot capital T. It is going to transpose this A matrix. A matrix will be transposed. Next, which functions we have discussed? Shape, I think so, right? Yes. Shape. Shape attribute. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you want to find number of rows and number of columns, what is the number of rows and number of columns of A? 2 by 2. Now, just use A dot shape. Okay, A dot shape. That's all. No function. See, like this. A dot shape. That's all. Don't give function like this. A dot shape. What it will give? It will give number of rows and number of columns. This is a matrix. It will give 2, 2 as a tuple. It will give. Okay. Next, reshape. Reshape. A dot reshape. Pass how you want to reshape. How many number of columns you want? How many number of rows you want? 2, 3. Okay. For example, A is a 1D array like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, this is an array. You want to reshape it. That means you have to convert this 1D array into a matrix having 2 rows, 3 columns. Like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 2 rows, right? How many rows? 2 rows are there, 3 columns. 2 by 3 matrix. Like this, you can reshape the 1D array using reshape. Here, you need to use array name dot reshape. Is it clear, students? See, up to now, did you understand? We have completed arrays and matrices completely. In the next class, I will discuss how to slice the matrix, how to index the matrix, how to provide elements through user input. Directly we are giving like matrix of 1, 2, 3 semicolon, like that we are providing, right? How to provide input through keyboard. Okay, in the next class I will discuss. Is it clear up to now? Did you understand? మా అర్థమైందండి ఇప్పుడు దాకా నేను చెప్పింది? మీ అందరికి అర్థమవుతుందా నేను చెప్పేది? Are you able to understand what I am saying? ప్లీజ్ స్పీక్ అవుట్. మా మాట్లాడండి. అర్థమవుతుందా, అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదా?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Only one member is responding. What about remaining members?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, I will take attendance. Please wait. Okay. Okay, please practice all those things. Okay, you can see in w3schools.com. Just go w3schools.com and just practice it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, please try to do certification course. Okay, Python certification course. Register in InfyTQ and do certification course. By the end of the semester, just please try to get the certificate, Python certification. It's very helpful for you. Don't neglect it, okay? Please don't neglect it. Please try to get certification. Okay, thank you.